Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from SethMarkwood.com.
Together, along with you, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, and good morning, boy.
Good morning, Homer. Hey, have I told you about the new website hosting company I've discovered?
No.
Or not hosting, domain registrar? Porkbun.com.
I'm moving everything over.
I have been.
Pork
Bun. Yeah. I have been moving I have been moving everything over. The intro prompted this. Everything from GoDaddy as it's coming to expire because the yearly renewal is less than $9 compared to GoDaddy's $18, and the transfer is $9 to transfer, and it gets you a 1-year renewal. And so I've slowly been transferring everything over, and I just the other day transferred Markwood Men's Breakfast Club and Tobacco Advent.com.
Oh, wow.
And SethMarkwood.com. So if you're in the market for a domain name,
When does my wiener your mouth?
porkbun.com.
My wiener your mouth.
I think I renewed that earlier. I don't know. It's, believe you me, I won't let either of them run out. My wiener your mouth will never run dry.
Okay, so hey, real quick, let's remind you about the two things that are coming up here. We got Tobacco Advent beginning December 1st, and so if you're interested in sending tobacco samples, you'll find that information down in the doobly-doo. Also over at Aristocob.com, it's International Corncob Pipe Month, and our video contest is underway till the end of the month. Chance to win fabulous prizes chosen just for you. So, I've been keeping busy. I don't know if you follow this, but I have another channel.
Woodwishes.com.
Kind of like Wood Wishes, but it's
another channel?
My Growth Rings. Stupid name. But kind of like your advice to your brother-in-law, Isaac, I just decided I better just pick a name and get going making videos. So I've been making 2 videos a week over at that channel for the last several months. And I'm probably that close to surpassing this channel's subscribers.
Wow.
Now, I don't say that to brag because, okay.
But also, you can't see how big your finger gap was because the depth perception.
Right. That's right.
So it's probably a bigger. Don't worry, guys. It's a bigger.
So here's the thing. Pipe smokers make up, from what I understand, 5% of the tobacco users of all types of tobacco. And then what percentage of them are corncob pipe smokers? Of course, it's all of them. But of those, how many are watching Aristocob or Markwood Men's Breakfast Club? Where on the woodworking side, active hobbyists who've been trapped in their homes with the pandemic are interested in content on how to use that tool they inherited from their dad and don't seem to have time for. So I've been putting out, it started out as a weekly episode, but because I tend to forget stuff and I forget to mention things, and then, I'll be doing an edit and it's like, the most important point. And so I'm doing a follow-up on basically the same topic a few days later, but answering questions from people who watch the video. And it's been very interesting. Not only does that now give me the opportunity to take another stab at the topic, it's been really interactive. And that has brought about tremendous growth. I forget what it is now, but... Do
you remember we tried to do that once? We tried to do 2 videos.
Oh gosh, remember that?
And,
yes.
And they were like 15 minutes a piece. And the one question that we would always be asked to always answer in the second video is, how is the tobacco?
I know, I do remember that. Let me check. I'm checking my analytics here. And it's hard to see with my glasses off and one eyeball. Oh my gosh, I can't even see. All right, last 30 days. What does that say for subscribers?
Up 322.
322 subscribers in the last 30 days.
It's awesome.
That's fantastic. But like I say, what I particularly like about it is it's been super interactive. So the video that went live yesterday, as of this filming, has had about 700 views already. That's crazy.
Keep going.
So anyway, I'm not suggesting that you even go there. If you're not interested in woodworking, 1, and shopsmith tools, B, there's probably no point for you to join me. But it has been fun. And the evolution of it, though, will be at some point I will have said everything I want to say specifically about shopsmith tools, and it'll become more about just general woodworking. I'll invite you again when that happens.
Have you given much thought on how you'll make that transition and keep your audience?
Yeah, I mean it'll be simple because basically the video would be a project video or a jig or fixture video. I'll happen to be using shopsmith equipment,
Right.
but it will be something that'll translate. Honestly, if you're a woodworker, pretty much everything I've been showing could translate as well. So,
Right.
you know, only been a few videos specifically on like maintenance or setup that you wouldn't be interested in, but yeah, I think it'll be okay. What I won't do is, and I've seen this with a number of woodworking channels. First off, I don't expect to grow forever. It'll always be a small niche channel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't expect to do the April Wilkerson moving from one shop to a larger shop to a larger shop to we're doing a whole season on building my new barn shop, right? That's not going to happen because the beauty of that equipment is you can use half of a one car garage, and that's all you need.
Right.
So it wouldn't be congruent for the space to grow much bigger than it is. So.
Should have called it the half-car garage shop.
I actually gave that some thought.
Yeah, but you didn't though.
About room for a car shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I don't know, none of that stuff. Not woodworking. I've been working real hard at work. Work's been busy. But
Where'd our ash can go? It's way over there. It's got plastic in it. Why does it have plastic in it?
Don't know. Because we put everything in
I
there.
just need to get rid of a little bit of ash.
Because it's also the trash can, ash can, trash can. The thing the project I've been working on recently that I'm really excited about and excited to be able to more intelligently share about is I have decided to undertake a really ambitious Christmas gift project that is resulting in me learning a number of new disciplines. Some that I have dabbled in the past. So to really get a complete, to do everything that I want to do, and it keeps growing to the point that I'm going to have to cut it off. We're still a little bit early in the game right now, but I'm spending time pretty much every single day either planning for or learning or working on pieces. It's going to involve learning how to do better design in Fusion 360 than I can currently do. So that's CAD design.
That's drawing. It's 3D
That's right.
CAD drawing.
Three-dimensional drawing for the purpose of 3D printing. So creating custom 3D printed objects. So that's going to be part of it, is getting deeper into designing my own items to 3D print. It also will involve Arduino projects. So those are small microcontroller computers that are able to take various inputs and create outputs. So you can use them as sensors, you can use them as alarms, and you can trigger certain events. Maybe it's an LED turning on, maybe it's a lock coming undone, maybe it's an alarm going off. And so that involves coding the Arduino and learning how to do that, and then also soldering all of these small electronics together. And then there will be...
Before we move on, how is Arduino different than Raspberry Pi?
I don't entirely know. I know that Raspberry Pi has the one way that it's different is that Arduino has onboard memory and Raspberry Pi does not. So Raspberry Pi uses micro SD card for the memory slot as the hard drive. Arduino has onboard memory space, which means you're limited in how much programming you can store on board. It also means you can store that and then have it running something all the time. I know that in most of the projects I have seen with Raspberry Pi, the Raspberry Pi itself is doing all of the work. With Arduino, the Arduino is controlling the data, but then there are modules and pieces attached to it. So most of the Arduino projects, you will very, very, very I don't know that you would ever see just an Arduino board by itself without other inputs or outputs.
Okay.
Whereas a Raspberry Pi, you can plug a HDMI cable to it and have a computer. And so
Okay, right, because I've seen people that have made, like, they've emulated video games, so they can put all of the old Nintendo games or Atari games into
the Raspberry Pi. And it has USB ports built in. It has some ports built in. It's got an Ethernet jack. It has Wi-Fi on board, Bluetooth, all built in. So it's more a computer than Arduino, which is just you're telling it what a program to run, and it will execute that program.
What do those things cost?
The smaller versions, the Arduino Nanos, you can get from Amazon. You can get 3 of them for about $12.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So all the kids have them.
If you're buying them from China and willing to wait 2 months for AliExpress shipping, you can get them for less than $1. And so one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this project is I am hopeful that I'll be able to develop some skills through this that can carry over into future projects. So, that's 3D CAD design, learning Fusion 360, that's getting more invested in my 3D printer and how that operates. That's learning Arduino coding and how to make these things, processes work. I'm learning an awful lot about the different types of inputs and outputs and things that you can do with the Arduino. You can set up all sorts of different automated projects.
What you haven't said is what you're making. Do you not want to say that?
I don't want to say that. I don't know who's watching this.
Okay, because this is a Christmas gift.
It is a Christmas gift. It is a Christmas gift that will involve all of these things. So this is something that I'm building from scratch. And so the one I'm most nervous about of all of them, the one I'm most nervous about actually is the soldering and connecting everything together, because that's something that I have done like twice with very poor results. So
I remember one of those.
Yep. With very poor results. So I've been studying up on that, and I'm grateful that one of my coworkers is someone to get along with really, really well, and he has an experience in robotics. He was part of a robotics club, I guess, and has been a coach, now a collegiate level robotics organization, and is coaching. And so these are the robots that they will build something that's primary purpose is to pick up a ball and put it into a hoop, but it's maybe automated or maybe it's remote controlled. I mean, these are the guys that some of them go on to compete in BattleBots, right? I mean, this is like high level robotic stuff. And so he was a TA on a course in a college class on how to program Arduino. So thankfully, he's someone who has become interested in my project and is very excited to help out as he can. He's also the one that has come over and helped me calibrate my 3D printer. So I am very, very busy with this project. Many, many pieces. There will be some woodworking involved as well, I'm sure. So there's a lot going on.
So when it's finished, will we be able to see it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk about it at length come January. Hopefully show it. I'm hopeful there will be a finished product to show, and we'll be able to talk all about it. I'm also hoping to document some of the process, so you may see bits and pieces of that along the journey. But
that's very cool. Well, it's neat. We've done over the years a couple projects as Christmas gifts, more for you recently than for me, but for me in the past, where we were kind of biting off a big bite and having to learn something new and force ourselves to spend time in the shop. And in the end, it always feels great.
Yeah.
It does. And even if you wind up having to abandon something and maybe change something midstream, in the end, it's sort of like having your PowerPoint crash and having to rebuild it from scratch and realize, you know what? I think it's better now. So,
yeah. So that's...
I'm missing my mouth with just one eye.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Well, it kind of is.
My son broke his finger this week.
That's right.
He broke his finger. That was fun. He closed the sliding door on his finger, sliding door of our van on his finger. Thankfully, it was cut and bruised, but Thankfully, it was cut or broken lengthwise, and so it didn't shear. It was a fracture, and so he's able to splint it up, and it's healing.
And you
nicely.
think about how complex hinges are on sliding doors, because you got sliding, and then at the last moment it closes in. So he was impacted.
And
he,
it closed.
He is very lucky.
I mean,
he had to use his other hand to get himself out, right?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So it could have been a lot worse.
Do you remember when you got stuck in a door?
I do. I was sitting on top of the car, closed the door on my hand, and had no way to open the door because I would have broken my arm. My hand was between my legs and was stuck. Had to yell out for help. And I'm sure it wasn't very long that I was there sitting on the car, but it sure felt like it.
Okay, we're in the house. Here's how it went. What does Seth want now? Do you want to check on him? No, he'll get over it.
Yeah, that sounds
A
right.
little bit of debate.
That sounds right. It was a long time.
I don't think I was there.
No, I think you were the one that came and got me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I leapt to your
That's right.
aid.
I remember that. I was probably around his age. I mean, one thing I told him. So this is the 8-year-old. The doctors also told him that he at some point broke his pinky and it's healed back. So we're like, don't know when that happened. That's weird. But his break as an 8-year-old was much more tame than my break as an 8-year-old. So
true.
I'll take that. Take that one. Broke my femur. So
Do you remember that?
well,
I didn't rush to your aid.
no, there wasn't much rushing involved there. It was a long drive down that mountain.
So, anything else we want to say? We should wrap this up. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's. If you're sticking around, let's talk about one other decision that we've made for December. All Decembers up to this point with Tobacco Advent, we've done not only our daily episode, but we filmed our Wednesday episode, which is another for us an hour, with setup and all that. We're not doing that this year. We're going to do from the 1st to the 25th, and one episode a day.
That's right. Just still a big commitment. We're happy to do it and happy to share that time with you guys. So, and that means this will be the last weekly Wednesday episode, and our daily Tobacco Advent episodes will start next week. I forget if it's Monday or Tuesday, but it'll be December 1st, and we look forward to seeing you guys then every single day.
But in the meantime, have a great Thanksgiving.
And check out Wood Wishes. No, Thanksgiving over? No, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know.
How could you miss that?
I can't keep time. Check out woodwishes.com. What is your wood wish? Go subscribe.
My growth rings.
Never heard of it. Guys, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you on the 1st.
Make it a great week.